Today on Unsolved Florida, we're going to be talking about an unsolved murder of a 24-year-old from 1980. This is Pamela Sue Jones, who went by Pam. She was originally from Indiana, but moved down to Florida a few years before her murder. Now, unfortunately, we don't know a lot about Pam. There's really no news coverage that is available online from 1980 when the murder happened. It appears she moved to the Deltona area, which is very close to Daytona Beach if you're not familiar with Florida, when she was around 21. Pam was born on February 2nd, 1956 to her parents Arthur and Mary Jones. On December 12th, 1980, two hunters discovered Pamela's body while they were hunting. She was found in a wooded area near the intersection of Hayward Avenue and Cortlandt Boulevard. Police did state that her fingerprints were used to identify her. She had been shot 6 times. Oddly, the police have also stated that they believe she was shot in a car and then dragged approximately 100 feet to where she was found. Also worth noting, she was found completely clothed. So because we don't have a lot of information in this case, a lot of information especially about Pam, I just kind of want to go over my thoughts really quickly. The fact her fingerprints were on file could suggest she did have a criminal background, but I haven't been able to prove that. Or it also could have meant that she was a public school teacher or had a government job. There's just so much we don't know about her, and I don't want to jump to that conclusion. Also, it doesn't state if she was ever reported missing. It's very possible she could have been no contact with her family, or maybe she was, and the police just again never released those details. I think it is a little crazy that she was shot 6 times. That sounds extremely personal. And perhaps they had to identify her by her fingerprints because she wasn't recognizable. I wish there were more news articles and reports about Pam's case out. I realized this murder happened 45 years ago, and it doesn't look like her family is advocating anywhere on social media. Her father died 20 years ago, and her mother died prior to his passing. Here is an excerpt from his obituary. She does have several siblings who would be in their 60s or 70s today if they're alive. After the autopsy, we do know that Pam was returned to Alexandria, Indiana, where she was laid to rest, and eventually her parents were laid to rest right beside her. I did find clips from a newspaper just talking a little bit about the information of her murder, such as she was shot 6 times with a .38 caliber pistol. I'm really curious why the police believe she was shot in a car. That seems very specific, and I don't know how you would be able to tell that unless they're just saying she didn't walk to the place that she was shot. To this day, the cold case unit is still trying to figure out a motive in Pam's killing. Again, I just wish we had more information about Pam, about her life. What did she do for work? Was she involved with anyone at the time of her death? What does her family think? What are their opinions on what happened? And unfortunately, we just don't have those answers. Although her family has not been active on social media, the Volusia County Sheriff's Office has posted these to their Instagram pretty recently. I know they have a cold case team of detectives that are retired that are going through cases like Pamela's. We don't know what evidence they have or don't have. Perhaps they are retesting things. Of course, they're always trying to get new leads on cold cases. I hate to be pessimistic, but I don't see this case being solved by leads or tips. I highly doubt, since her body was dumped somewhere, that they have a ton of forensic evidence. Again, if you guys have any information, if this situation sounds familiar at all, please call the Volusia County Sheriff's Office Cold Case Unit at 386-254-1535. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.